Hello everyone, my name is Robert Purdon, and for the next 6.5 minutes I will be talking about how to effectively clean and make safe for guests a large 60,000 gallon pool. This whole process takes roughly 2 hours to complete, depending on what happened during the day before. So the first step you should do when you first get to the pool is check around the pool itself and see if there are any towels or items that should be removed. This could be anything from swimming equipment to just leftover trash from the guests. Getting that cleaned up is the first thing you should do to get the pool ready for the day's activities. The next step is to check the chemicals in the pool. Using a test kit that you see on the screen, you'll get a sample of the water and you should add the respective dyes to each side to get your reading. Although you add the chemicals later after you clean the pool, you want to first find out the chemical levels and record them right away before you start cleaning the pool itself. So if the pool needed chlorine, what you should do next is check the chlorinator. As seen on the screen, the chlorinator is a machine that's next to the filter and mixes the chlorine tablets with the water being filtered back into the pool. If there are no tablets in the chlorinator, you should put some in ASAP so that it starts mixing in with the filtration system. After that is complete, you want to check the filter itself. A lot of leaves, twigs, and garbage itself can get stuck in the filter, and that happens throughout the day. So you want to make sure that the filter is clean enough for you to actually get the pool clean. Having a clogged filter will do you no good, as when you're vacuuming, you won't be able to pick anything up. So after the chlorinator is checked and the filter is clean, you should check the water to see if there are anything that's too large inside the water itself that can be picked up by the vacuum. Excuse me. This can sometimes be just some sticks or rocks that have fallen in, or maybe it could be an item that a guest may have lost and it fell into the pool when they weren't paying attention. Okay, now that you have cleaned the filters and removed anything from the pool, in and around the pool area, you should use a leaf blower to clean the surrounding area of the pool itself. This makes it cleaner for the guests overall just to walk around, and it means that if there is a strong wind present, you're not wasting time by skimming just for the dirt around the pool to come back into the pool itself when you're finished. While you're cleaning around with the pool with the blower, you'll want to make sure that all the pool furniture is put back into place. This is just to make sure that everything is reorganized and put in order for the guests. If any of the furniture is broken, you want to get rid of it ASAP. You do not want to you don't want to have any of the guests to get hurt from using that broken furniture. Now, after you've done a bit of cleaning around the pool, you'll actually want to start to vacuum the bottom of the pool now. It can vary based on your filtration system, but I do recommend that you go as slow as possible so you can make sure to actually pick up all the dirt as opposed to, just pushing it around in the water, with the suction. So after the pool is vacuumed, you should go and check the filters again. I mean, after all, you did just potentially pick up a whole lot of dirt and, debris and such. So you should go back to make sure that none of it is clogging the filters. After all, you have to empty that out again if necessary, or that the dirt doesn't happen to find its way back into the pool again that you just picked up. The next thing you should do now is to skim the pool using your skimmer. As you see on the screen, anything that wasn't picked up from the vacuum will most likely be floating in the water now, and it'll be easy to pick up. It could be from anything from leaves, insects, etc., etc. If it is a windy day, it might take a little longer, especially if you have some trees nearby, maybe the pine cones or something. Now that the pool looks great, it's been cleaned, vacuumed, skimmed, everything, it should be clear as day. But if it's not, that means that there's tiny particles of dirt if the pool's cloudy. That means that, there was tiny particles of dirt that you couldn't pick up using the vacuum or skimmer, so you should add clarifier. It's a chemical that helps clean the water and make it clear as it can be. Once again, after you do all of that, what you're going to want to do is test the chemicals again. This is just to see if number one, if your tablets that you had in the beginning have done anything yet, and if you actually cleaning the pools changed anything with the chemical balance that you saw. Once you have checked the chemicals again, you may notice that you'll need to add something else. Perhaps the chlorine levels are at an all-time low. What you should do next is to take some of those chlorine tablets that you used before and to add them around where the water starts being filtered, where you usually plug in the vacuum hose into. Put them into buckets so they don't get sucked down into the filter. But let's say that wasn't enough. If there was a larger party the day before and they left the pool a mess, you may need to shock the pool. Adding the powdered chalk that you see on the screen around the pool will quickly boost the chlorine levels and help balance out with the tablets. Determine how much you need based on how many chlorine tablets you added so far. You don't want to overdo it. We usually use 3 to 4 bags at once. Now that the chlorine is balanced, you want to be taking care of the pH levels. If you want to lower the pH, you add muriatic acid. But if you want to raise the pH levels, you add soda ash. What you typically do is you fill a 10-gallon bucket halfway with pool water. You mix in about 2 or 3 cups of each, and then you do that about 3 to 4 times. Now that you just added all of that, you want to add algicide to the pool to protect it from growing algae. Just like how you did it with the clarifier, you want to pour it right into the pool to let it take effect instantly. Follow the instructions on the bottle that you'll see to add in as much as you need. If you notice that the algae is starting to grow, add in a little more than necessary. Finally, after everything is done with the pool and everything is cleaned and put back in order, you want to just remove the trashes, and that's it for cleaning up in the pool and surrounding area. If you added a lot of chemicals, especially if you added in chalk, you'll need to have the pool closed at least 4 to 6 hours, just to make sure that it's safe for the guests and later in the afternoon. The last step is to periodically check the pool and make sure everything is running smooth. Every 4 hours, you want to go down and check the chemical levels, the filters, and see if it needs skimming. You shouldn't re-vacuum the pool, especially if guests are present, unless it was absolutely necessary. And that is it. It sounds like a lot, but it becomes second nature after a while. As you see on the screen, that is the pool that I personally have cleaned every day from Memorial Day to Labor Day the past 5 years. I hope you enjoyed my presentation and learned a little bit on how to clean a large public pool. Thank you for listening.